network still off. Alright, don't get connected now. What's up, chat? The forex market just closed yesterday, and you know how we do it here. My trade recap for last week and the new market insight, what we should be expecting for next week. So quickly, I took 2 trades last week, and I'll just give a little recap and we move to the insights for next week. So let me play this video because I made a video that day as I was taking the trade. Guys, a few minute video, just I got the trade, watch it. This afternoon, New York section. How I got the trade was seeing this double top right here and this break of structure. I analyzed, checked the trend, the inner trend, the minor trend, and saw the recent high. Yes, that made the recent break of structure. Then I placed my fee right there and to the last lower low. Seeing that the market was reacting at my POI and it has dropped this pin bar, okay, something like, yes, like a pin bar here, and you can see this subsequent sell candle. I had to look for an entry, so I went down to the 1 hour. Seeing this break of structure, then I used my fib on the minor structure, on the minor trend. Then I got an entry right here on the 15 minutes. So let's see how this works out. I'll post a screenshot if it hits my TP. Peace out. That was the entry. If the market breaks above. Yeah, was how it all played out. So I got that trade on the 15 minutes. Yes. Right. This was the outcome. And this trade gave me about 1.3 to 1.5% of my account. On GU, I took this setup. We even analyzed this setup last week on this YouTube here. So if you was following me, I guess you would have gotten an entry around here too on the sales. So on GU, quickly I took an entry. As I also talked about this entry on this YouTube too, my last video, so you can still go and check. Said seeing the supply zone from the daily time frame, said that this sellers here, this dump that was in, I think that market was somewhere here last week when the forex market closed, and I made mention that this highs here was the early sellers, that buyers will come take out this sellers here as liquidity, tap into the zone before taking out the liquidity on the downside too, on the buy side here. And that was exactly what happened. I think this happened on Tuesday. Yeah, on Tuesday the market tapped into the supply zone. I just got an entry after seeing the seller's reaction on the 1 hour time frame. Placed my entry here and a little retracement, and the market moved in my favor. Although I was targeting a little bit more, 1:4, but seeing that, and I didn't enter fully though, because I was hoping that the market would still come in here and make a good reaction around the supply zone before the sales. So I just entered lightly at half of my percentage. So that was what got me 0.5% for last week, and I closed around here. I think after the sweep, because I was still targeting down, after the sweep the market reversed, closed around here. Yeah. So quickly, let's go in for what we should be expecting this week. GU. First of all, you can see that. Hold on, I think my network is a bit disturbing. Okay, consider from this year, June 2016, we could see that GU has been on a downtrend. You can see the lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. This was the last lower high that created this lower low before this correction move started happening. Well, this is the overall outlook though. So hold on, I just want to break it down. And on the correction move started September 2022. We could see that it has been making higher highs. This was an equal low, and the last break of structure. This initiated this break of structure here. Using my fib, I've placed this fib here before on one video on my YouTube here. So if you have been following me, you will know you will understand what I did here. But however, you can see that this market is reacting at my 78 fib level now. It has just been accumulating, ranging also. So it doesn't matter which way you see it, as long as you just know what the market is doing. It has been ranging from this zone from 2025 to date here now till today. And also, seeing that this market is reacting at this place, and also here looks like, not even look like, here is a supply level for this market to react, a good supply zone. And you can see the market has been reacting from this zone. I'm expecting a break to the downside on GU, but nobody knows. This accumulation might be a reversal accumulation or maybe a continuation accumulation, so nobody knows. We might see the market rallying to the upside or to the downside. We just have to be patient. But from 2025 till today, that is the information that we are going to be using on this range bound. So going down to the daily time frame, plotting the supports, you can see that the market has tapped the first one, second, third, broke a little, use this to equal low as liquidity, went up, also this equal high here as liquidity, came down and made a tap here for the fourth time. Now, analyzing from this last high, you can see that sellers took control. Hold on, let me plot the resistance properly so I don't get you guys confused. Yeah, this was the resistance. Buyers broke above, took here as liquidity, and sellers brought the market downwards. You can see the reaction, giving us lower low, lower highs, lower low, lower highs, lower low, lower highs, and the last lower low correction pattern. A break, okay, a reaction to the upside, but couldn't break at the initial reaction. Then sellers came in a bit, but the buyers was very strong. Then took the market to the upside. Finally, we broke our change of character here, and a correction move. We got a valid break of structure. From that break of structure, we could see the supply zone there, and the market reacted at that zone and sold aggressively, and the sellers gave us a break of structure right here. We saw the correction move, this correction move, and the dump to the downside. So this being my last lower high and lower low on the daily time frame perspective, and using my fib, hold on, using my fib, I can see that price from that last lower high to the last lower low. I can see that price is currently reacting at my 78 fib level and giving a rejection candlestick. And if you look just right, just at your left, you see that there's a supply zone right there on the daily time frame. So this tells me that okay, there's a strong level here that this market might not easily break, and we should be seeing a seller's reaction there. We're going down to the 4 hours. I already refined the zone here on the 4 hours. You can see there's a little other block here and the fair value gap. The market just tapped in. I think tapped in, took here this equal highs here, if you can see it properly. Took that equal high as liquidity, or around the 2 hours it will be more clearer. Took that 2 hours high, those weekly as liquidity, and you can see the seller's reaction. So I'll be looking at to take an entry here for sales next week, and this is how I'll be executing my trade if it happens though. So let's see. Analyzing the correction move, you can see how the market has been making higher highs to the upside, high, low, equal low, 3 equal low here, and the breakout, the retracement, and the last breakout before this seller's reaction. So if I can see a change of character here on the 2 hours, then the retracement, a discount back to this area, I'll be going in for a sell to take out this equal lows here. G will be using this equal low as liquidity very soon next week if this happens. So I'm actually seeing a good sell on GU. If I get a good discount, that will make for a perfect trade. So on the 1 hour, I'll just have to wait. I think I will execute this trade on the 1 hour. Getting a 1 hour bearish engulfing around here, or a good pin bar, or a tweezers, then I'll go in for short. Just how many pips? I think 100 pips to risk 30 pips. You can even put your SL around here using 20 pips. Yeah. So let's see. But if the market do breaks above, because we are still on a range bound, so, and it just tapped the support level of that range. If this market should decide to continue going to the upside, I think all we just want to see is a break above this level, a retracement, and we'll buy the market. Hold on, let me take out this resistance so we trade smartly. We'll buy the market to take out, first of all, we'll be taking out this liquidity here, this equal highs, and also here too. This is another one. All these are levels where they are sellers, and if this supply zone here fills, that's what we should be expecting on GU. So first off, next week I'll be looking to take a good position right here if this change of character should happen. But if it violates the supply, I'll just wait for a retracement, then buy the market first of all to take out this liquidity here back to this high. Because don't forget, here is our last lower high. If the market hasn't broken above this, if the market doesn't break above this lower high here, we are still on the downtrend. So be guided. If you are taking a buy, if the market should disobey the supply zone, then know the level that you are taking your TP. At least that will give you a good entry too, and a good risk to reward, 1:3. Just at this zone, place your entry somewhere here, 20 pips, 15 pips at the most, and yeah, about 1:3. So quickly, but the upside scenario is unlikely to happen though. I strongly believe this sell will work out. This supply zone is It's a good confluence. There's a supply zone there and also a fib level. So this POI should be strong to push this market down. Firstly, just to take out this low here. So let's see what happens next week. Let's go to gold quickly. Gold is pretty simple. I'll start from the weekly. You all know that gold is still on downtrend. There's no two ways about that. Okay. Let me just go to the daily time frame so it will be more clear. Seeing the lower highs, our lower highs, and this was the last lower high that gave us our current breakup structure. Hold on. Yeah. This is our lower high and our lower low, and this being my range bound, my trading range. Yeah, here should be where I'm interested in taking sales from. First off, okay, just going down to the 4 hours. You already know how I took the trade I took here for last week, but let me highlight that zone out because it's also valid. I think this is it, yeah. And there is a supply zone here from the daily time frame. Shit. So yeah, first off, from the daily perspective, if I have to take my fib level from the last lower high to the lower low, I should be expecting price to come tapping to this 61 fib level here, but also placing that fib from the last lower high that caused the breakup structure. You can see that the market reacted from my 78 fib level and made this rejection. So if this level should hold gold here, I should be seeing just a little reaction and price should still fall to the downside. Think, hold on. Okay, this is more clear and more understandable. This was the supply level and the current fib level that made these sell reactions. And if this level should hold good, if I have to get another entry here, this would be the level I'll be waiting for, this supply level here, after price should take out this liquidity by next week. Just want to see something like rallying to the upside and the dump, tap into this level and the sell to take out this equal high to this equal low too. So this would be my trade entry for next week. First off, if I'm entering this trade, because I'm seeing a good supply level that probably if gold should violate this level and break out, okay, if gold should violate this level, I'm seeing that it would use this equal high here as liquidity to tap into the supply zone before the sell can happen. So let's be guided. If you are entering from here, for me, I advise you should use, if you do risk 1%, you should risk 0.5%, half of your 1%. So in case it breaks out of this level, it won't be too hot. So yeah, and I'm also seeing that the buyers reacted to this inverse level here, going to the 4 hours and daily. You'll see it very clearly. but gold is unlikely to buy due to the fundamentals and the structure too. I'm still very 100% bearish on gold. But GU, I think GU bearish 70% due to the range bound. So this zone should be a good zone for entry, but if we should break out the zone, then here should be the 100% zone. I will be risking everything because I know that okay, this gold is this zone here is very good. I'll be going in with confidence, risking my 1% here, because I know that if the market should break out from this high, then the sell structure has been invalidated. So well, here should be my first area of interest for next week. As soon as the market taps in this zone, I want to see a reaction, the seller's reaction, then a discount before my entry. I hope you don't be aggressive. Just wait, be patient to see the seller's reaction. If you are patient enough, you might see that okay, buyers will take out this place quickly and you might not have to, risk your 0.5%. So let's see what will happen by next week. And this was the entry. This was the trade I took last week, just 2 trades, and made a total of 2%. On my prop firm, the 10K does phase 2 accounts. I am up 3% now, and it's 5% to pass this phase, so just remaining 2%. I'm hoping this month I'll get done with that and get into the live phase account. So let's see how it goes. If you're wondering what platform is this is TRADERWAVES. I will also add the link to the description on my video. You can just go there, click it, and download and create an account. It helps a lot, gives you your trading insights, helps you track what you're doing, where you are excelling and where you're having difficulties. So that is it. This is my journal for every trade I took last week. So I think that should be all for now, and I'll catch you guys next week. Please, I hope I just hope you guys be patient though. If you can avoid the loss, it will make sense, because here is a good zone, but you can see the liquidity level, but you just have to be patient, see the seller's reaction, and before you get in. So yeah, I will also talk about this setup by next week. So peace out.